My beloved child, listen carefully, don't skip this message, because something profoundly quiet and powerful has just occurred in the fabric of your life. There is a reason your heart has been feeling uniquely settled yet strangely alert over these past few days. There is a reason the noise of your old worries has started to sound distant, a reason old attachments no longer pull at you with the same intensity, and a reason you feel an unmistakable weight lifting off your chest. You are not imagining this shift. Somewhere out in the world, far beyond your sight but entirely within your destiny, your soulmate has finally made the biggest choice of their life. They have walked away from the hesitation, the fear, and the lingering distractions that kept them from stepping into their full maturity. They have chosen clarity over confusion, depth over surface, and the quiet truth of real devotion over the noisy illusions of the world. And this profound decision was not made out of desperation or panic. It was made because they realized that their next chapter required a whole, honest heart, a heart ready to meet yours. For a long time, you may have felt as though you were waiting in the dark, wondering if true love, deep connection, and real emotional safety were meant for everyone except you. You may have spent late nights questioning whether you were asking for too much simply because you desired a love that felt stable and respectful. But this message is not about chasing someone across the world, nor is it about desperately searching for signs in every room you enter. It is about preparing your spirit for a reality that is already in motion. Your soulmate's major choice was an internal alignment, a silent turning point that shifted the entire direction of their life. They stopped running from themselves. They stopped settling for temporary comfort, and they made the deliberate decision to become the person who can love you with strength, dignity, and unwavering presence. For a long time, the world may have tried to convince you that love is measured by grand, theatrical gestures, sweeping promises, or external status. You may have been surrounded by people who chased the shine of quick fixes, surface appearances, and superficial charm, only to be left empty when the noise faded. But your soulmate's major choice was not about fulfilling a public performance or putting on a show for the world. It was an internal shift of character. They chose to strip away the masks they used to wear to protect themselves from being hurt. They chose to close doors on casual connections, half-hearted dynamics, and shallow validation that no longer served their highest good. In making this monumental decision, they aligned their character with the kind of love that actually lasts. They realized that true abundance is not found in how many eyes are watching you, but in whose spirit feels like home when the world falls quiet. They recognized that status, wealth, and worldly praise mean nothing if you return home to an empty, emotionally vacant life. And because they did the hard work of choosing depth over surface distractions, they are now prepared to meet you with a presence that is steady, grounded, and entirely real. They are no longer seeking a temporary escape, they are seeking an authentic partnership built on a foundation of mutual honor and emotional truth. For many years, you may have found yourself settling for far less than what your soul truly deserved. Perhaps you became accustomed to accepting breadcrumbs of attention, waiting endlessly for messages that made you question your worth, or navigating relationships where you felt like you were constantly competing for a place in someone's life. Perhaps you learned to adapt to emotional games, telling yourself that if you just changed your personality, worked harder, or gave more of yourself, you could earn the consistency you desperately craved. You may have worn yourself out trying to perform for people who were never capable of seeing the real you. You shrank your voice, muted your intuition, and minimized your own boundaries just to keep a fragile peace. But your soulmate's recent decision marks the absolute end of that painful cycle. They did not make their choice so that you would have to keep proving yourself. They made it so that you could finally stop performing. They reached a point in their own journey where they grew tired of superficiality, tired of games, and tired of emotional distance. When your paths cross, you will not have to alter your truth, hide your vulnerability, or shrink your energy. You will not need to pretend to be richer, stronger, or more composed than you are. Instead of confusion, there will be a clear and quiet certainty. Instead of emotional games, there will be an unwavering intention. Instead of feeling like an option, you will experience the undeniable relief of being chosen completely, intentionally, and without reservation. This shift will not arrive with thunderous drama, chaotic pressure, or overwhelming noise. It will enter your reality quietly, naturally, and during ordinary moments when you least expect it. It could be through a quiet professional setting, a chance introduction during a routine day, an unexpected conversation that lingers longer than intended, or a subtle decision to attend an event you almost skipped out of fatigue. You may not even realize the full importance of the moment as it begins. Life rarely announces its greatest turning points with fanfare, it simply opens a door in a quiet hallway. A simple greeting will suddenly carry an unexplained warmth. A chance interaction will feel surprisingly familiar. A routine exchange will turn into a doorway toward a completely new emotional landscape. As this person enters your daily experience, you must engage your highest sense of wisdom and discernment. Do not be blinded by initial charm, polite words, or external accomplishments. Look past the surface allure, the lifestyle, and the achievements, and look directly into the foundation of their character. Watch how they treat people who can do nothing for them. Notice how they respond when things do not go according to plan, and observe whether their presence brings peace or disturbance to your inner space. Money can buy comfort, but it cannot cultivate loyalty. Success can open impressive doors, but it cannot build emotional maturity. High social status can attract attention, but it cannot replace genuine respect. Your true blessing will not merely be someone who has built an impressive life, but someone who carries honor, loyalty, and deep compassion in their spirit. Someone who sits across from you and listens to your thoughts without checking the clock. Someone who remembers the delicate details you shared in passing, respects your boundaries without hesitation, and values your peace above their own ego. Someone who sees your gentleness not as weakness, but as the most precious gift you possess. You will come to understand that this person's major choice involved a profound letting go. They had to surrender old fears of intimacy, release outdated ideas of what success should look like, and step away from environments where emotional distance was treated as power. Around you, their public armor will dissolve effortlessly. In your presence, they will allow themselves to be fully seen, vulnerable, and restful. Behind their outward composure, there was once a quiet fatigue. A long season of feeling misunderstood, isolated, or valued only for what they could produce or provide to others. When they realize that you are interested in their soul, their peace, and their humanity rather than what they can offer on paper, something deep within them will settle into absolute peace. They will recognize that the major choice they made in their past was the very bridge that brought them directly to your heart. They will feel an intense relief in knowing that they no longer have to perform, defend, or wear a mask around you. You will become the place where their mind finally slows down, where their spirit feels understood, and where they can simply exist as they are without fear of judgment. This connection will deepen rapidly, not because of frantic energy, desperate texts, or forced momentum, but because both of you are coming together from a place of spiritual authenticity. They are used to a world where people trade parts of themselves for temporary approval, but in you, they will find someone who stands rooted in genuine truth. You will bring a calm clarity to their life without ever trying to control them. You will make them laugh with an ease they have not felt in years. You will challenge them to grow without ever making them feel inadequate. You will become the sacred harbor where they no longer feel the need to defend themselves or prove their worth. And that kind of authentic emotional safety is more valuable than any worldly recognition, material luxury, or temporal success. As the days turn into weeks, you will see the evidence of their choice reflected in the tangible structure of your shared life. It will show in the deliberate ways they create room for you in their schedule, no matter how busy their world may be. It will show in the unprompted ways they include you in their long-term plans, and the calm naturalness with which they speak about the future using the word "we." They will ask about your deepest dreams, your unfinished creative projects, your old wounds, and the things that bring you quiet joy. They will want to understand the history behind your smiles and the reasons behind your silence. You will realize with absolute clarity that this person did not arrive to pass through your life as another lesson in disappointment. They arrived to take a permanent place beside you as a true, unwavering partner. Yet, as this new reality settles around you, you may experience one final internal test. A quiet voice from your past may attempt to whisper doubt into your heart. You may feel tempted to compare this healthy, steady presence with the chaotic dynamics you grew used to surviving. You may find yourself waiting for the other shoe to drop, wondering if peace is merely a temporary illusion before another storm. When you have been conditioned to survive emotional chaos, stability can initially feel unfamiliar, almost suspicious. Do not allow the wounds of your past to dictate the promises of your future. Do not punish a genuine person for the actions of those who did not know how to love you. Give yourself full permission to accept a healthy dynamic. Understand that peace is not the absence of passion, it is the presence of safety. Mature love does not require conflict to prove its depth. It provides the quiet space you need to communicate clearly, heal deeply, and grow without fear of sudden abandonment. This connection will also expand the vision you have for your own life. You will come to see that you spent far too many years thinking small simply because you were trying to survive in environments that could not handle your full capacity. You lowered your expectations because disappointment felt easier to tolerate than repeated hope. But your soulmate's presence will act as a quiet catalyst for your soul. They will encourage your ambitions, celebrate your unique creative talents, and support your personal evolution with genuine pride. They will ask you what you would pursue if fear were completely removed from your heart, and they will offer the steady support you need to build those dreams. Their arrival will not lessen your personal independence or swallow your identity, it will elevate your courage and inspire you to step fully into your divine purpose. They will stand beside you not as a judge or a director, but as a devoted companion who rejoices in your expansion. Remember this foundational truth with every fiber of your being. Your worth was never defined by whether someone chose you or failed to choose you in the past. You were complete long before this message reached your ears. You were worthy before anyone ever recognized your value, and you remain whole in your own right today. The purpose of this shift is not to fix a broken life, but to join two complete individuals who have both chosen truth over illusion. You do not need a soulmate to make you valuable, but you deserve a soulmate who recognizes the value that was already inside you. Never lower your standards to satisfy someone else's hesitation or fear. Never trade your peace for temporary attention. If real love is entering your experience, let it be measured by trust, absolute respect, effortless laughter, unwavering loyalty, and quiet spiritual alignment. Something subtle and divine is aligning right now to bring this physical connection into full focus. You may notice small, undeniable synchronicities in your daily routine, a sudden, deep sense of calm when you think about your future, a quiet moment of clarity during a chaotic day, or a profound inner knowing that your waiting season has fulfilled its purpose. That moment of realization will be your inner confirmation. Not because every detail of life has become instantly perfect, but because you finally feel grounded enough to trust the path beneath your feet. You will look around at your life and realize that the desperation has vanished. You are no longer scanning every room for validation, because you have cultivated peace within your own mind. And it is precisely from that state of quiet self-sufficiency that the right connection naturally locks into place. Do not try to rush this process, force the timing, or manipulate outcomes. Let the story unfold naturally with graceful precision. When something is truly aligned for your life, you will never need to manipulate circumstances to keep it. You will not need to beg for basic communication, decode confusing behavior, analyze text messages, or compete with strangers for genuine attention. Real love moves with effortless consistency. It does not demand that you lose your self-respect in order to keep the relationship alive. It honors your dignity at every single step, making you feel safe, heard, and deeply understood. As your paths join, you may find yourselves stepping into new experiences and broader horizons together. You may travel to places you once only dreamed of visiting, enter new professional or creative spheres, and build a life of shared abundance and stability. But amidst all the external blessings and material comfort, you will continuously return to the quiet truth that the greatest gift is the bond itself. The highest luxury will always be waking up beside someone who knows your spirit completely and guards your heart with care. The greatest wealth will be the absolute trust you share in a world full of pretense. The greatest achievement will be looking back together at the road you walked and recognizing that every single delay, every closed door, every unanswered prayer, and every heartbreak was quietly guiding you toward this profound partnership. So if you have been feeling that something major is taking place, release your anxiety and settle into deep, restorative peace. Prepare yourself internally, not with desperate searching or restless energy, but with quiet, confident readiness. Cleanse your heart of old resentments that belong to chapters already closed. Stop looking back at the people who willingly chose to leave your life or treat you like an option. Stop trying to persuade past relationships to see the value you carried all along. Your future requires your presence, not your nostalgia. Your energy is far too precious to be spent arguing with memories that no longer have a place in your present. Somewhere right now, the person who made this monumental choice is moving through their day with a newfound sense of clarity and purpose. They are completing their own preparations, closing their own old chapters, resolving their remaining loose ends, and stepping into the emotional maturity required to hold space for a love like yours. You are both walking toward the exact same point of intersection. And when you finally meet, you will look into their eyes and understand with total clarity why every other door had to be closed, why every previous attempt failed, and why the divine timing had to be precisely as it is. Do not be intimidated by the depth, the seriousness, or the beauty of what is coming. When someone chooses you from a place of genuine character, they will never use their power to make you feel small or dependent. They will not demand that you sacrifice your essence to fit into their world. A healthy union creates true harmony and partnership, not control or hierarchy. You bring your own unique value to this partnership. Your resilience, your wisdom, your humor, your integrity, your lived experience, and your capacity to love deeply. Never forget that these inner qualities cannot be bought with money, traded for status, or measured by worldly metrics. You are bringing a rich, beautiful world of your own to the table, and the right person will cherish that world with everything they have. And when they stand before you and show you through steady, unprompted actions that they choose you every single day, allow yourself to receive it without fear. Observe how they treat you when the world is not watching. Observe how they handle moments of disagreement, how they protect your peace when life gets noisy, and how their actions continuously honor their words over months and years. Because the true mark of a soulmate is not a dramatic entrance or a loud declaration, but a steady, reliable presence whose character remains valuable even in the quietest, most ordinary moments of life. Perhaps you spent years wondering when your true story would finally begin. Perhaps you watched others find their partners while you waited quietly in the background, questioning if you were somehow forgotten by destiny or passed over by love. But you were never forgotten. You were being prepared. You were being taught how to stand in your own power, how to discern real substance from superficial glitter, how to forgive yourself for past mistakes, and how to guard your heart until someone arrived who was truly worthy of entering it. Every disappointment was refining your wisdom, every sorrow was expanding your capacity for empathy, and every delay was ensuring that you would never again settle for anything less than absolute alignment. So stand tall and take a deep, grounding breath. Focus fully on the life you are building today. Nurture your spirit, pursue your highest goals, care for your mind, and cultivate your own joy. Walk into every room with the quiet confidence of someone who knows their worth was established long before anyone else arrived to confirm it. Laugh again without restraint. Dream without fear of disappointment. Love your life so deeply today that anyone who enters it must be a true, genuine blessing to be welcomed into your space. The most magnetic, attractive version of you is not the person searching for love out of lack or loneliness, but the person who rests in self-respect, grounded in peace, and refuses to compromise their dignity. When this person enters your life and the full picture of their major choice becomes clear, you will see that their decision was the quiet answer to a prayer you both held for years. Their character will be what sustains the relationship through every season of life. Their loyalty will be what grounds your home. And the way they treasure you in the plainest, most unglamorous moments will reveal everything you need to know about the depth of their devotion. One day soon, you will sit beside this person in quiet contentment, looking back at the version of yourself who once shed tears over people who could not see your value. You will remember the quiet nights when you wondered if love would ever feel safe, peaceful, and consistent. And you will smile with deep, overflowing gratitude, because you will finally understand that the delay was never a denial, it was the quiet, divine preparation for an extraordinary life built together. My beloved child, remain open, but remain wise. Keep your hope strong, but keep your standards unshakable. Believe in the promise of deep love, but let consistent action over time be the only language you trust. When this person arrives, do not worship the outcome or idolize the individual, honor the shared character and truth that made the connection possible. Stand complete in your own value, and let their steady presence confirm what your spirit has known all along. Breathe. Release the past. Stop trying to control what is naturally meant to find you. Make room in your heart for a love that arrives with clarity, mutual respect, and deep, lasting peace. The person coming toward you will never leave you guessing where you stand in their life. They will show you, through every word, every plan, and every choice, why you never should have doubted your worth. Stand tall. Keep your heart open and your spirit peaceful. Because the greatest love story of your life is not about being rescued from a difficult world, it is about two complete souls, having both made the choice for truth, meeting at the perfect moment to build something extraordinary together. And when that day comes, you will look into their eyes, feel the deep peace settling into your home, and whisper with quiet certainty, "Now I understand why it took so long." Your story is not over. In so many beautiful ways, it is only just beginning.